people into tier 1v1. Fedrid Folly, blue side. Ruthless at heart is a plague champion. Starts off range combat with a damage over time bolter. Can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support. Can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Up against red side, Choco Bambus as a Warp Spider Exarch. Teleporting commander that fights range combat, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities. This is the Exodite's elite scheme. Ruthless at heart, I think. Is this World Eaters or something? Looks pretty World Eatery. Literally eating a world on the badge there. Because on CSM up, double Dire Avengers, most likely into Banshees, since double Dire Avengers into a Shuriken is a little bit slow. But we might see it. Does have an early node up. Dire Avengers coming to this contested southeastern VP. There's two naturals north and west, pretty close to each other. So you see a lot of the late game big skirmishes over this area, and some sneaky capping going on down here. There are actually garrisons over here too. You see them highlighted on my mouse cursor. These guys trying to take cover behind the bush, but bolters beat plants, it turns out, and they got shot up. Double CSM for Ruthless at heart. Banshees could do some nasty things. Run in, wash out, chop them up with power weapons. Plague Champion's gonna try and get rid of this Warp Spider in time, but he is gonna get a decap. Pretty annoying. Now this guy can just teleport away and do something else. In fact, he's coming to decap this. Look at this. If you can beat this Warp Spider, you're gonna be my hero, Ruthless. Beat the Warp Spider with a Plague Champion. Here's the second CSM going towards the southeast corner. Some Nurgly worship going on to give some health regen. This guy's still taking shots, eh? Gets the decap. Decent damage, as you can see from that Plague Bolter, as the damage over time builds up and stacks. Dire Avengers here. Are you going to come and shoot him? Here we go. Could maybe go up these this ramp and try and position themselves so that the Plague Champion can't shoot back at them, but I guess they didn't want to run all the way around there. Takes out a model pretty quickly there and gets rid of him. Plague Bolter doing some work. Here are the Howling Banshees. Might be able to get a nasty flank on his CSM as they come and look at the power here. No grenades up yet that I can see. Banshees, though, have the aspect of fleetness. Usually you'd see aspect of strength against chaos to help fight an early blood crusher, but they want to chop. Special attack. Heretics coming in to try and save them. And they do so. Banshees not wanting to stick around because there's more CSM coming in too with that ranged fire. Timed that approach pretty well, and now might get a full power bash with it. Maybe. Dire Avengers are still in play. Heretics get them off the field. More Dire Avengers coming in though. Plague Champion meanwhile is capping up this northwestern type side. It might see him stay there. Choco Bambus's Warp Spider is idle right now. Some repairs going on for the generator. Nurgly worship. Is it worth approaching for melee combat? Probably not. Just shoot it down. Yeah, should have been targeting the Dire Avengers a little bit quicker there, but might get a generator. Maybe not. Nope. Here come the Banshees. And a full retreat off. Can he get a model though? Let's follow him. Nope. Banshee's too slow. Buff. Please buff. Plague Champion now getting the decap on the VP. Warp Spider did eventually show up. And of course he teleports over the cliff face there, whatever it is, the garrisons, and gets the decapping. And here we see Banshees covered by Shuriken on your power. This is what happens if you overextend a little bit. Eldar can be on your power in a flash. Can he defend quickly enough? Here come Raptors up for Ruthless at heart. Jump the Shuriken. Throw everything else onto the Banshees, I guess, here. If he's lucky, he'll suppress. Yeah, jumped just behind the Shuriken, as you saw there, so that he'd suppress the Dire Avengers also. And gets them out of there. They did bash one generator, I believe. Banshees lost one model. I think that was the only loss, was it? I believe this model was already gone. So yeah, decent little harass from Choco Bambus, and since he's Eldar, he can get back out of base pretty quickly. Warp Spider busy capping over here. And so is the Plague Champion. They're having a capping war. Warp Spider would generally win that. Now he's just hanging out in the shrubbery there with some light cover. Going straight for the power again. It's a CSM, are they? Not sure that's the the best approach. We're going to have Banshees and Shuriken straight on you, but they might get a bash because these guys are going for the play champion. I mean, what else can they do? I guess they can contest the southeastern VP. They probed it, they poked it and got out of there. A little bit of suppression, but they were able to walk through it. Did the play champion get retreated? Looks like he did. And now, you've got to favour Ruthless at heart in these engagements. He has Aspiring Champion Heretics, he has upgraded CSM, he has Raptors, he has everything he needs to deal with Chocobambus. Chocobambus can equalise all of that with some good Eldar movement and grenades and that kind of thing. Grenade here would be pretty good, but does not use it on the Raptors. That's going to be a big threat for them to deal with. Not only does he have to deal with Howling Banshees coming in to counter-initiate, but he's got grenades as they land as a possibility. CSM taking the opportunity to bash alongside the Heretics. Warp Spider's there to tie them up, doing his thing, and here come the Banshees. Aspiring Champion Heretics will give them a very good fight, that's for sure. Grenades. I was going to say, the CSM, he should have turned the CSM around and forced melee combat on the Banshees there, but they would have ate that grenade if he did, so I guess he's got it figured out better than I do. Their Avengers fleeting around. Where are you going to go now, fellas? Look at this map. Getting outcapped by a Plague Champion. Tier 2, though, for Chocobambus here. Needs to make a big impact, I think. Plague Champion now slowly making his way over to the southeast to have a look at his VP and cap it for Nurgle. Here we go. Maybe a turret over here. How about that? Last time I tried to use a turret, it literally didn't work. It just wouldn't build it, which was very frustrating. Couldn't get him to build anything. 407347. Oh, those guys get close enough to start getting shot at. That was a mistake, but they do get him out of there. He's going for the garrison before Banshees can catch him. I think they're not going to get him, so they just back away. Mirror those grenading Dire Avengers. They are capping stuff. Timing that fleet, using it well, is a big part of annoying Eldar play. Lets you choose those engagements and show up just in time. Plague Champion trying to cap under fire. Can he get rid of this Shuriken? Very close. The damage over time was really hurting it there. 407, 340 on the VPs. Really easily able to push off the Eldar. Just taking his entire army places and locking it down. Chocobamba's doing the right thing, spreading out and capping. Tier 2, but I don't see anything on the way. Falcon, you would think, but maybe he's saving up for a Wraith Lord. There's crack shots on those Dire Avengers. That is a global ability of the Warp Spider Exarch. I always forget what it does, but I'm guessing it's some kind of damage buff. Howling Banshee is getting her Exarch. She now has those dual-wielding power swords, jumping over stuff, which is pretty cool. How much DPS does she do? Over 50 power melee, just her. That's crazy. Grenade. Would have done a big chunk of damage to the Plague Champion if it hit him flush. Doing good damage to him still, though. Here comes the Warp Spider. Can I go and tie him up, maybe? And again, on the power is Ruthless at heart. He's been very bullheaded, just coming for this power and saying, hey, deal with me. Here come Banshees. Going to get Doom Blasted, though. Maybe a touch of Nurgle in there. Could be pretty nasty, too. Don't think he has the red for it. Not quite. Or is it 150 now, is it? I think it's 150. He's going to get his power down, I think. Using the Heretics pretty well so far. Not getting them caught out in the middle of nowhere. Using them to counter-initiate and worship pretty much. And it's causing problems for those Banshees. They can't get in and do the damage they want to do. Often you'll see Heretics used too offensively, and they'll take a bunch of damage from Dire Avengers before the Banshees even get into combat. As we might see here, it's being aggressive, trying to get the Banshees. Oh, he couldn't get a model off him. I thought it was going in for some kills there, but couldn't quite manage it. Raptors did drop a model, but he got the entire power down. Well done, Ruthless. Now a Chaos Dreadnought on the way, and it is a Wraith Lord for Chocobambus. So we'll see how that walker fight goes. Both have anti-vehicle options, of course. Well, anti-vehicle ranged options. They'll both hurt vehicles quite a lot in melee combat. Here's that World Eater's Chaos Dreadnought looking pretty nuts. Starts off with the autocannon. Wraithlord starting off with the little wrist-mounted shuriken catapult, and that massive sword does big chunks of damage. You get a nice shoulder-mounted weapon which doesn't affect its ability to melee you in the face, which is nice. Keeps its melee resistance, everything. Our Avengers did pretty well there with Embolden up to hold against double CSM. Banshees were idle for a second. Are they going to cap here? Maybe. Ladies? Chocobamba's capping up the map pretty well. Here we go. Okay, straight on, just hanging out with some heretics there. Raptors jumping up, using their mobility to get up to this platform and try and take the wreck point. Has he seen the Wraithlord yet? Well, he's seen it now. It's over here. Right lance being used to bash. That's in response to the Dreadnought. Powerful anti-vehicle weapon. Some good DPS. Doesn't slow him down. Oh, we've got Marco Zinch. Anti-vehicle missile launcher. Can also use the awesome Frenzied Barrage, which suppresses infantry. Might be able to catch Banshees coming in, but not going to be the easiest thing to time, since Banshees are quick. Raptors now, with their aspiring champion Power Fist Melter Pistol, will help against the Wraithlord, although they don't really want to fight him in melee. Just put them on range stance and have them shoot their Melter Pistol. Full power bashes it here from Chocobamba. It's Ruthless at heart, not really responding quickly. Doesn't want to be caught out of position by responding haphazardly, I think. Dreadnought on the prowl. Wraithlord does not have a shoulder-mounted weapon yet. Can get a Bright Lance or a Shuriken Cannon of his own. Banshees might go and tie him up here. As you see, the missiles struggling to hit these infantry targets. Going for a power bash, and Chocobambas is not defending. Got some Nurgle worship going in the mid. Here we go. Lost his node. Now turns around with everything. Might get a big fight here. Where are the heroes? Warp Spider is meleeing a generator down. Plague Champion in retreat. Here we go then. It is a shoulder-mounted right lance for the Wraithlord. Jumping in are the Raptors. Easily seen off there, the Eldar. Not the best, are they? At toe-to-toe fights. They were outnumbered there also, to be fair. It's got a pretty strong looking army here. Has Ruthless at heart. Everything's upgraded. Everything's leveling up and stuff. Raptor's almost level 2 already. CSM are both level 2. I think one of them's level 2. Grenade. Emboldens up. Can he dodge it? Pretty much dodged it. Should be sending one into melee, you would think. Here comes an Autarch. Ouch. Those grenades are painful. They also stun, knock you back. And a good special there. Retaking the power are those heretics. No sign of the power blades for the Warp Spider Exarch. His heavy melee option. Being chased down by a Dreadnought, which does around about 70 melee DPS. Heavy melee DPS, that is, even when it's got one of those ranged weapons hooked up. Plague Champion with Armor of Pestilence in play, making him pretty tough and allowing him to shrug off weapon knockback. That was Frenzied Barrage going off there, just suppressing those Banshees. Didn't do any damage though. The actual missiles didn't hit them. Webway over here would have put it maybe a little bit further back so it doesn't get spotted quite so easily. It is infiltrated, but the heretics with their aspiring champion will spot it. Autarch jumping away, getting the heal and the buff going. Bright Lance getting shots. The actual Bright Lance weapon team now moving up also. And there's that Nurgle Worship, which will affect the Chaos Dreadnought. Not super fast, but the passive repair is pretty damn useful. Plague Champion still at the base, needs to move out. Something I often do is forget my stuff at base. Oh, Raptors fighting Banshees over here. Doing a good job, it seems. They were really spread out. They might have used that demonic strength thing. And there's touch of Nurgle on the Raptors. Need to run away, Banshees. And they do. Global ability of the Plague Champion, for those that don't know, it causes a devastating explosion when you drop a model. heals allies and damages enemies, knocks them back, all sorts of good stuff. The Banshee's got away barely. This Dreadnought's taking a lot of damage and goes down. Double Bright Lance is doing work. I think cracked shot. Yeah, cracked shot on the Bright Lance too. Wow. Didn't last long, did it, when it was all set up? The Eldar stuff was all set up and ready to roll. Havoc's on the way now for Ruthless at heart with a las cannon, I guess, to fight the Wraith Lord. There's nothing else to fight it apart from those Raptors, which don't really want to do that. 187, 331, 1-to-1 cap here. Choco Bambus with a decent VP lead, and it's now getting on the natural again, using the Warp Spider pretty well as the game goes on. Level 2 Plague Champion made even slower by the Armor of Pestilence, I believe. Yeah, decrease of 0.5 in movement. Starts off with 4 movement, I think the Plague Champion. Here come Banshees, catching the CSM in a big blob. He has done that often, Ruthless at heart, keeping his CSM very close together, moving them as one, and they got caught that time. That's the first time the Banshee's really able to get in there without the CSM having any support, and got them off the field. And here's Raptors to try and fight the Wraith Lord and the Banshees. You saw the demonic strength thing taking the crap out of that Banshee model. Hard to pick out the was that the Exarch? It was the Exarch. Well done. I was going to say it's hard to pick out the Exarch of the Banshees when she doesn't have her spear, but he did it then for sure. Webway's still up. Warp Spider Exarch gets inside of it. The Warp Spider Webway is the one that can give you energy regen, I think. Wraith Lord getting some repairs. He's done well so far. Here's the Havocs, and they do have a las cannon from Markov Zinch. Bright Lance going to be capping. 146 to 331. Ruthless at heart needs to win an engagement and then spread a cap. Banshee's catching the Havocs. Banshee's starting to look pretty dangerous here. I mean, he always has that threat of Touch of Nurgle, but Banshee's starting to get in and get out, which is when they're at their most annoying. Level 2 Dire Avengers both have aspect of the Avenger. Massive upgrade for these guys, giving them all sorts of things, as you can see. Also gives them Fleet, which isn't on the tooltip for some reason. Las Cannon getting shots and snaring the Wraith Lord. Here comes the Raptors now. Can the Las Cannon move up in time to start getting more shots though? Might not be able to. Not the fastest moving, as you can see. Oh yeah, the Plague Fist, the Plague Champion. 72 DPS heavy melee. And the awesome Pestilent Strike. Help him fight those Banshees for sure. Double slaughter on the CSM. Look at that damage. That's an ability given to them by the Aspiring Champion. Starts on cooldown, which is like 2 minutes. So, got to choose to use that ability quite wisely. Lots of red for Ruthless, so we could see Touch of Nurgle next engagement. Maybe even a Noxious Cloud, maybe even both. Some repairs going on. Dire Avenger's pretty good as a repair unit. Can do so much for you and repair. Plague Champion, did he just use Pestilent Strike? Or did he use Aura of Decay by accident? Anyway, he's capping. We have some power bashing by the Bright Lance. Ruthless at heart, knowing that he can't really respond in a timely fashion, is dedicating himself to capping up this side. That is decapped over there. Maybe the Raptors could go on over. They're going to try. Las Cannon's setting up in a pretty good place to fight the Wraith Lord as it comes up the stairs. Moving it forward a little bit. Covering a nice area, as you can see. Going to get at least one shot. There it is. And turret going up. It's a heavy bolter turret. Suppress targets by default. You can upgrade it to have a very nasty twin-linked las cannon for free as well these days. Obviously loses its potency against infantry, but will do massive chunks of damage to the Wraith Lord if he does that. Hasn't really hit these grenades super well in this game, Choco Bambus. Ruthless though, bunching up those CSM again is so hard not to do. The extra bit of micro to keep them separated and both attack the same target is a little bit tedious and hard to keep on top of in the middle of a game. Here comes that Warp Spider, Shimmer Orb goes up. He's got power blades. It's a weird thing to put up there. I think because he can't shoot out of it either. All incoming. Yeah. Just trying to annoy them there. Where's that Havoc? Did it not move up? Oh, it didn't move up. Still there. And here's the turret doing its thing. Not quite as potent as the Tank Marine turret in terms of damage and suppression, I think. Maybe it has the same suppression, but it does have a wider firing arc, so it has its uses. Personally, I wish the Plague Champion had another ability, not the turret, but hey, that's what we got. It'd be cool if he got like a massive bile spewer turret or something. That'd be pretty fun. Lots of shooting on his Banshees. They are level 2, but we're not able to get in on the CSM there. Should be using this Wraith Lord in meta. Here we go. As you can see, the Bright Lance not very effective against these infantry targets. Struggles to hit them. There's Slaughter trying to finish off this Shuriken, and does so. In fact, it was a Bright Lance, sorry. Raptors jumping down to get that VP. Wraith Lord still on the chase. Where is the last cannon? It's still over here. He's just sitting on that VP saying, come at me, bro. Are we going to get a triple cap here? Maybe. Needs to try and approach, and he's approaching it from this side. Uh-oh. Last cannon chose the wrong time to reposition. We got double Wraith Lords to fight. Going to get shot. There it is. But that's a lot of firepower on that las cannon. Wow. Big swing of that Ghostglaive sword. The other one might get the Shuriken shoulder mounted, maybe. Like 46 piercing DPS, which is a lot. Gonna take down that turret in melee. Turrets typically cannot fire on targets in melee range. So that's one way to get them down. Try and get into that range safely. Plague Champion doing some work now, level 3. He's also got his Mucus Discharge. Some Plague Marines on the way to help fight the double Wraith Lords. Still might be tough. Still might be tough. Warp Spider can teleport in, tie one of them up. Banshees can tie up the other. I'm not saying that's going to be easy to do, but that's he's got options to deal with it. 90 to 167. It's always nice to get vehicles out when you already have ways to like deal with any anti-vehicle threat. Ideally, you'd be forcing your play on the enemy, making him deal with vehicles, and you already have a way to deal with his counter. Or their counter. Plague Marines on the field with the Snaring Missile Launcher. Will it be enough, though? It doesn't do massive amounts of damage. And this is double Wraith Lords here. Gonna get some shots at least. There's one. Last cannon backing up. Needs to set up. Here we go. Needs to be careful with his Wraith Lord now. Warp Spider moving in and tying up the las cannon. Did get one shot off though. Wow, almost wiped out the Plague Marines. Ruthless at heart, taking his eye off them. So did I. There's that Shimmer Orb. Might finish off the Plague Marines down to 15. One more hit would have done it, but he couldn't get it off. 69 to 165. 2 to 1 for Choco Bambas. And looking pretty good right now. Anyway, I say that as this Wraith Lord is probably going to go down. Why did he follow them in there? Big mistake. Nothing here to repair. The last cannon didn't move up though. Plague Marines trying to get on it with another shot. Healthy Wraith Lord turns around to smack. This one needs to keep moving though. Or get some repairs or something. Down it goes. Needed to keep that moving, did Choco Bambas. Raptors jumping over everything there. Oh, they want to get into retreat path, did they? Oh, they're just going to go for the VP, I think. 40 to 165. It's going to lose this Wraith Lord, I think. Wow. It's not going to be good. These guys are not getting shots, but the Plague Marines are. And down it goes. Plague Champion, I think, getting the last hit there. Big, massive turnaround. Choco Bambas, just as I said, he was doing well, and the Wraith Lords are doing well. Down they both go. He followed them in to base. Why? Big mistake. Disables ranged weapons for these guys, but now he's using Slaughter and getting into melee. Slaughter does give them a melee state where they actually switch their weapons out and do a whole bunch of damage, as you can see here. Boom. Oh, he ran away. Come on, the Plague Fist swung there. Should have got him. 21 to 165, 1-to-1 cap. Ruthless at heart now looking very, very strong. Chocobamba's got his work cut out. He does have a big VP lead. But that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. Because Ruthless at heart just needs to sit here and hold these two VPs. Doesn't need to chase this one. Lots of that usage there that I haven't really seen before. And Seer Council getting in. Power melee weapons and a passive damage resistance aura to ranged attacks. 21 to 80 on the VPs. He got the decap and is trying to get the better of this fight. Seer Council kicking some ass here, but they've lost a lot of health. Trying to chase to finish off the level 4 CSM. Oh, there's Touch of Nurgle though. Painful. Seer Council do get away. He lost one of the Dire Avengers. Look at this capping though. Gonna be a 1-to-1, I think. And it is a 1-to-1. Did he dodge that Demonic Fury? I think he did. Yeah, he went down here. Now he's gonna go for this one. But Ruthless at heart is ready. He has fought this hard until the end. Chocobambus has not given up. Ruthless has gone tier 3, so a nuke is available. Gets the decap. And unfortunately for him, his own VP was also decapped at the same moment. There's a single cap though, 18 to 63. So close. Done an amazing job to get back into this game. Oh, there's a nuke. Gonna hit those Dire Avengers pretty hard. Almost take them out, in fact. Ouch. The Seer Council dodged it though. Where are the Banshees? Oh, they're over here capping. That's too much for the Seer Council to deal with. GG, says Chocobambus. Seer Council are gonna wipe. And he has conceded. But a fun game. A fun game. Plague Champion, my hero, beat a Warp Spider Exarch. Started off really strongly. The double Wraith Lords pulled it back for Truckobambus. But losing them was the beginning of the end. Trying to chase stuff into base here. And they just got picked off. They got picked off. And then he kept this one in play afterwards. I guess he just misjudged it. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.